This is a video of my Thomas Wooden Railway collection, so I hope you enjoy. Here's Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Stepney, Diesel, Mavis, Boko, Daisy, the Flying Scotsman, the Big City Engine, the Sodor Railway Repair, Bill, Ben, Wilbert, Bowler, Spam Cam, Derek, Neil, Iron Airy, Iron Bert, Splatter, Dodge, Diesel 10, Lady, Mike, Frank, Salty, Harvey, Spencer, Emily, Murdoch, Arthur, Vergus, Neville, Molly, Dennis, Stanley, Rosie, Billy, Charlie, Hank, Whiff, Bell, Gator, Hugo, Ryan, Ashima, Stephen, Paxton, and Stafford. Here are my narrow gauge engines. Scarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Rusty, Duncan, Ivo Hugh, Fearless Freddy, Smudger, Victor, Mighty, Mac, Bertram, and Duke. Next are my roadway vehicles, coaches, brake bands, cranes, planes, and boats. Bertie the bus, Terrence the tractor, Trevor, George the steamroller, Bulgy, Caroline, Elizabeth, Thumper, Lorry 1, Lorry 2, Lorry 3, another lorry, Madge, 2 lights and repair cars, 2 fire trucks, now Jack in the pack, Jack, Alfie, Max, Monty, Byron, Kelly, Isabella, Patrick, and now Butch, 2 Sodor road sweepers, and an ambulance. Now for my coaches: Annie, Clarabelle, Henrietta, Old Slow Coach, Catherine, 2 Express coaches, 2 10 Years in America coaches, and the Sodor Mail coach. Next up, my brake vans and cabooses: Toad, B&W brake van, a Sodor Line caboose, a new Sodor Line caboose, 2 winter cabooses, and now my cranes: the breakdown train, Rocky, 2 Cranky the cranes, and Colin. My boats: the Sodor Bay tugboat, Bostro the barge, my helicopter, Harold, and my plane, Tiger Moth, finally, Boulder. Here are my trucks, cargo, and other items: Scruffy, Rickety, Fred, Hector, the giggling troublesome trucks, the recycling cars, the Sodor quarry cars, the fog machine car, and the Sodor blasting caps car, the ice delivery cars, the gold mine cars, the apple orchard cars with forklift, the Sodor zoo cars, the Sodor museum cars, the cement mixer and dumper, the Chinese dragon, Den in disguise, Dart in disguise, the Sodor fire department car, 2 Henry Forest log cars, the sawmill log car, the waterworks cars, the Tibmith milk tanker, the oil car, 2 Sodor fuel cars, 2 Yumpster cars, and 2 Yumpster cargo cars, 13 various cargo cars, the circus cars, the T-Rex car, the hand car, the petrol and oil car, 2 flour, molasses, and corn cars, milk cars, 3 small flatbeds, Sodor scrap company cars, 2 box cars, 2 aquarium cars, 2 mining cars, and a happy birthday box car. Alright, this is probably my favorite part of the video, where I get to show you the extra stuff that don't really fit in with anything else, but are still at least somewhat Wooden Railway related. So let's start with the things that are still in box. I have the Thomas Engine gift pack. I did a review on that a few years back. I have Coldy, Thomas, and Scruffy, as you may recall, if you're a die-hard fan of my collection videos. I got off eBay years ago, probably like 10 years ago now, and I think they were in the original Roundhouse pack, and somebody just split them up, because I got them along with my Good Style Stepney and Sodor Mail Coach. They were all in those packagings, but I actually had use for those two. These 3 I have multiples of, so I didn't really need to. A Milch tanker. I've had this in the past. Believe it or not, I'm took a German class. I have a break right now, so maybe next time I do a collection video I can actually read this to you. But some of these words I do recognize. Unfortunately, not enough to actually read this to you. But you know what? Maybe that'll be my goal of the German class, to read the back of that on my own. The Edward that's been damaged and was $10 again. It's been close to 10 years since I got that. And then Thomas Wood Stanley, my first ever Thomas Wood purchase. I got that. That was the last thing I ever purchased at Toys R Us. Who knows? Maybe ever, probably ever, but I guess there's always that chance it does come back. But I got that. I have another Thomas Wood item that I haven't opened, but I can't tell you what that is just yet. I'm sure within the next year or so you'll find out what that is. Now this stuff is Thomas related. Not that that wasn't, but I have the gold Thomas, silver Percy, metallic Percy, and bronze Diesel from the 60th anniversary year. I have Thomas Comes to Breakfast back when this was a limited edition item. 50,000 were made. I have some battery-powered engines, battery-powered Thomas, Percy, James. Those were the original ones before they updated them. Salty, the jet engine, and then that $35 lot, if you remember. I got a battery-powered Thomas and James. Unfortunately, the James wheel is missing, but I probably won't be using them much as it is. Then I have this take-along / Wooden Railway combo of Gordon. Basically, as take-along collections, it's not wooden like take-along, but it can fit Wooden Railway Road. I actually have not done this before. I can't believe it took me this long to think of it. But here are a couple pieces of Wooden Railway track. If for some reason you don't believe me, here you go. That's what it looks like on the wooden railway track. Then I have some Mr. Rogers items, which they have a movie coming out about Rogers, so perfect time to show it off. Here's the school bus, least thing related to it. Speedy delivery car, I actually did an episode with that way back when. And then the neighborhood trolley. I have some wind-ups, pretty much the precursor, if you ask me, to the minis. Diesel 10 and Percy are still in packaging. Then Lady Thomas, Percy, Scarloey, 2 Duncans, one of them. Oh man, I guess Sir Topham Hatt did take his funnel off. And then Diesel 10 missing the claw. Then, new to this part of the collection, we have Adventures Thomas and Percy. They're my only adventure items, so I can't really do a collection video on them, so here they fit in with this spot. Then we have Theodore Tugboat, Theodore, Hank, Emily, George, and Foduck. I actually have had these guys in a couple episodes in my series. Maybe they'll guest star in more of them. Then we have Scoop, Dizzy, Rolly, and Lofty from Bob the Builder. I have a birthday topper Thomas. I don't think I've shown this before, even though I've had it forever. And then the Subway Thomas. Now here are all my wooden figures and trees and whatnot. I'll just let you look at them all. Mr. Percival, 4 Sir Topham Hats, 3 conductors, 3 workmen, an oil man, and then you have the bendable figures of Lady Hat and Sir Topham Hatt. I'm not going to name how many of each of these I have, so I'll just give you a little glance over all these trees, bushes, signals, signs. So there they are. Here are all my extra engines. 2 pre-2002 Thomases. 3 2002 Thomases. 3 2005 Thomases. An old-style Henry. An old-style James. A 2001 James with the gold dome. 3 old-style Percys. 2 2002 Percys. 2 old-style Tobys. 2 old-style Olivers, Emily, an old-style Diesel, Arthur, Salty, Vergus, an old-style Coldy, 2005 Coldy, a Lights and Sound Thomas, a Lights and Sound Percy, old-style Peter Sam, 2 old-style Sir Handles, an old-style Rusty, a White Roof Rusty, and my small, but my collection, or before that, my 1996 James with coal, with painted coal. And then, here we are, my small 92-93 collection. Daisy, Toby, Mavis, Bill, and Ben. Alright, now back to just the regular ones. An old style Spam Cam. Lady, Happy Birthday Thomas, Paint Splatter Thomas, Winter Wonderland Thomas, the Best of Percy 3-pack, the Best of James 2-pack, 60th Anniversary Henry, New Style Stepney, Old Style Duck, Old Style Trevor, Jack, Alfie, Thumper, Lori 1, Fred, Old Style Toad, Brewster from Chuggington, New Style Rheneas, Terrence, Old Style Birdie. Now these items are from my $35 lot, most of which I plan to eventually sell, but since I currently possess them, they are extra engines. Old Style Thomas, New Style Thomas, Paint Splatter Thomas, Spencer, New Style Lady, Fergus, New Style Henry, The Flying Scotsman, Murdoch, Douglas, Wilbert, Percy, the Sodor Fuel Car, an Emily Tender, and a Sodor Line Caboose. I'm not currently selling them, but I do plan on selling them once I have some extra time. That being said, those are all my extra engines and my Thomas Wooden Railway collection. Thank you for watching.